All right, we are off and running here at the Super Bowl experience in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. And for those who might be new to the show here, first of all, where you've been. Secondly, we like having guests who have busts, rings, and a lot to talk about. And this man checks every damn box on our wish list. Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest here at this Super Bowl is a Super Bowl champion.
No.
First ballot Hall of Famer. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Courtesy of the inaugural James Hardy Pro Football Hall of Fame Invitational.
There we go.
Graduate assistant.
Senior quality control analyst.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, Warren Sapp, everybody.
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
No, they dropped the GA, so I didn't have to go to class this fall. So I got.
Let me write this down. What is your title? What is it?
Senior quality control analyst, but I'm looking for a title in a little while before we get ready to this next one.
The SQCA.
I did the same. I did the same thing. You know, I did. I did what the kids do. Break it down letters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Senior quality control analyst.
Yes.
You can control my quality anytime you want.
See, but you my humble host. You would control my quality and not allow me to do what I do. So you always pull me back. So we're a good combination.
It is so good to see you.
Just like Prime. Me and Prime are a good combination.
You and Prime are an excellent combination.
Yeah, he turns it down and I turn it back up. I mean, it's just a natural thing, and he allows me to be unadulteratedly me, and the kids love it, and we get it done.
Guess what? It seemed to work out.
Not bad.
It seemed to work
Teaching
out.
what you know should be an easy thing. I've been trying to figure out why people ain't doing this for years, but maybe they're not teaching what they know.
Maybe they're not teaching what they know.
Maybe
and you certainly know a lot. You know, 7-time Pro Bowler, Pro Football Hall of Fame, first rounder for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 95 draft. So much to talk about. Our radio audience is about to return right here to join us. Jaden Daniels coming after this, man.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
That's right here on the Rich Eisen Show. We are back on the Infinity Sports Network and the Roku channel, Roku Sports Channel live stream. Second time I introduced this man. Now that I also know, oh, by the way, we're on the Rich Eisen Show desk furnished by Grainger with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by, just like this man has, from the Pro Football Hall of Fame, a Super Bowl champion, courtesy of the inaugural James Hardy Pro Football Hall of Fame Invitational, which we'll talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior quality control analyst of Colorado football, Warren Sapp.
Hello. I like it like that. You know?
Now, I just kind of wanted to put a little bit of a pin in what you were talking about for just our TV audience. Now pull it here. You're coaching in Colorado and saying that you coach what you know, you taught what you know. And are you a born coach?
No, I thought I would never in my life want to be in this position, Rich. And you know I told you this many times.
Yeah.
Just wasn't interested in it because, no, I'm so addicted to it, Rich, it's ridiculous.
Now you are.
The young men make you addicted to it because their eagerness to learn and do right. You know, that's our call in our room. Do right. Mm-hmm. Do right by your teammates. Do right by your coach. Do right by everything that's going on, and everything you want will come to you. Send the right vibes out with your teammates. Send the right vibes out in the weight room. You know, when you're working out. Do the little things.
What happens when you find somebody who's not listening?
Oh no, we got to exit though, like we got an entry though, and you know Prime don't play no games. You know the boss. What we call him, the Black Nick Saban. Oh yeah, it's a rough place, man. I'm talking about every 7:15 there's a team meeting, and if you there at 7:10, oh you late.
Deion's on Coughlin time.
What?
Is that what you're saying right now?
What?
Really?
The Black Nick Saban, we call him. It's hey, let's go. Because I'm up anyway, so you know me, I don't care.
So what was it like having a front row seat and watching Deion in full swing here? Like, because, you know, you've known Prime for a long time.
Listen, this is a whole different thing, Rich. His instincts of the game, his attention to detail. When I first got there, first 3 weeks I was doing the scout team for him because I wanted to make sure that we had the proper look. Because if Shador ain't going, we ain't going. You know, he's the engine that's going to drive this thing. So made sure that the defensive scout was ready where they're supposed to be. And then I turn around and look up. my D tackle got 70 plays in one tackle. So I had to turn my attention back on the other side. So they got my full attention after that because I knew Shador was in in his groove, and he was going, and we was going to go. And now we need to pick up the defensive side. And me, D-Lou, and Dancy did a wonderful job, just every day. Well, every day we made them. We made them do right. That's what it's about.
And the reason why I want to just harp on this a little bit more, or stay on a little bit more, is, the perception of Prime from the outside. And it's just all flash. It's just seat of the pants.
Don't let his self-confidence ruin your self-esteem or what you think about yourself or whatever, because trust me, you didn't make him and you ain't gonna break him. And the way we're doing it is, it's in your face. It's in your face like the dads we are and the men we want to raise. Mm-hmm. That's what he's doing. That's what he's engineering, and we all on board with it. He's driving the ship. He is driving the train, Rich, 100%. When he gets locked into something, and the thing that got me was when he was driving all that time, that 90 minutes over to the academy and doing that every day.
Right.
And I went and saw him at the lake, at the compound, and we was talking, and he was like, "This is my thing. This is my calling." And I looked at him. He was like, "And you gonna join me?" You know how he is. I'm like, no. You go to Mississippi, get the thing settled out and everything. And then when we made the call, he was like, "I need you." And I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go get the degree and do everything." And
right.
Nothing.
Now you love it.
What?
You can't get enough of it.
I couldn't believe it. The drive to work every day, coming over that Table Mesa, and I got a 180-degree span of Mount. I'm a Florida boy. Everything's flat. I get motivation and just, it's almost magical driving over this thing every morning, Rich. Even when it snows. I did a couple of those snow days, boy. Y'all boys, y'all New York boys, y'all tough, boy. I got to give y'all some love, boy. When that thing coming at you and you driving and the lights are on and it's bright, I never experienced anything like that.
Never?
When?
I don't know. I guess,
I go see Green Bay. It's on a Saturday afternoon. The bus driver's driving. We go to the hotel. I go to the restaurant. We go to Chicago. We get in the cab. We go down Michigan Avenue. We eat. That's it.
So you're driving in a snowstorm. First time you've ever done that. You're coaching up kids. First time you've ever done that. And it seems like you're a natural. Maybe you're a Colorado guy.
Oh, no, I'm definitely a buff. Don't.
I could see that. And it's just really great to see how Deion is just pulling on all of his strings to make sure that you're firing on all cylinders. And, Warren Sapp, I've been around you for well over a decade, closing in on 2 now, in terms of knowing you and interviewing you and then working with you and then,
I think we passed 2.
So
2003, Beyonce.
Exactly.
Yeah, I took you on a run through Houston.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we went on a nasty run those nights, didn't we?
We had some fun.
That was a good time.
I was 22 Super Bowls ago, man. It's crazy.
Hey.
So I've known you forever and a day, and I obviously listen to you when you talk. You always say that the front of a defense and the back end of a defense must play together. Right. So, Travis Hunter, where does he rank?
Rich, I called a friend of mine week 2, and I said he's going to win the Heisman. I had never seen anything like it. And I know I was a dog in college. I know I was. Mm-hmm. Can't touch him. Cover a 9 route, turn around, run a dig, and go all the way to the end zone. Every time he's scoring. Play after play. And the joy in his face and just his enthusiasm about the game was just infectious, Rich. It was sick. It was sick.
There's a smile in the monitor with the Heisman.
Listen, that was every day in practice. Anytime you saw him in the building, he was just fun. Oh, my goodness. It was unbelievable.
But the next level, as well as anybody, how many snaps can he play in a pro game and be as great as he is on both sides of the ball?
I'm going to put him on a corner and lock down 1/3 of the field.
Yep.
So now I can play with my defense and rotate and do the different things I want to do.
So that's 60 snaps, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's getting all of those.
Okay.
I'm the one paying the bills. I ain't never told an employee what I'm going to do. That's a wild thing to say, ain't it? But then you have a package for him on offense because the game that they've built now has an Autobahn, Rich. And you got a V12 right here. You put him in certain situations, 6-10 plays a game? Why not?
So 70 snaps or 80? Could he play more than that? Because if you have a package for him, doesn't that signal to the defense, hey,
Yeah, and it could be a package where he's a decoy too.
Okay.
I show you something, and then I go over there. The package, that's what the package is.
Right.
Send them in motion. You don't alert them that every time I put them in, we're going to throw in the ball. That's just stupid.
Well, I asked Todd McShay from the Senior Bowl the other day, who is the most dynamic offensive player in the draft, and he said Travis Hunter.
It ain't even close. Rich, his appetite for the ball and to just be on the field, I've never seen anything like it. And I've been around some bad ones. I've been Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Derrick Brooks, Ray Lewis. I raised Ray Lewis. I mean, I'm telling you, this kid's unreal. Just I just marveled at it every day. I said at one time in the meeting, we was in there in the defensive meeting, and he made a couple plays, and we looking at it. And I said, it's an absolute M&F pleasure to watch him work every day. And our D coordinator paused and said, I was trying to figure out how to say it, Warren. I think you just did. It's just a pleasure. It was a pleasure just to watch him work every day, Rich. It was unreal.
Wow. Warren Sapp here on the Rich Eisen Show from the Super Bowl, and we'll get to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Invitational, James Hardy, in a second. I'm turning you into a pundit. Here we go. Ready?
What happened?
I'm about to ask
I'm ready.
some pundit questions. The most important Jalen on the Eagles to win Super Bowl 59 is?
Jalen Hurts.
You didn't say Jalen Carr?
No, because the quarterback, Jalen can't do it by himself. He has to do it with a unit. They got to be a pack of wild dogs like the Bucs did, because the only way you beat Pat Mahomes in the playoffs is you blow him out. You give him a chance to kill you, and he's going to kill you. There's no greater quarterback we've ever had in this league with a chance to tie or win the game in the fourth quarter. 2 of his Super Bowls, he was down 10 points in the fourth quarter, Rich, and hobbled on an ankle one time. Yeah. He's not to be, do not keep him in the game. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts, because my first thing, if I'm Kansas City, I'm turning off Saquon.
How do you do that?
Be in my gap, be fundamentally sound, and penetrate. They keep showing this Washington play, the first play of the game.
Yeah.
Just watch the DN spin at the line of scrimmage and almost blow Bobby Wagner's knee out. You got a Hall of Famer, ain't touch. Mm-hmm. Bobby Wagner makes that play every day of the week until the defensive end decides he wants to spin instead of going up the field. Don't stop the train, son. Joe knows that. Joe Cullen and the boys know that. And I was with Kansas City a couple years ago before they started making this run, and they're fully capable of getting it done.
So of turning Saquon off. And making Jalen Hurts beat them. Which, by the way, he almost did 2 years ago.
Oh, no. I watched him, 6 touchdowns and 1 for the other team?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on tonight.
He's going to need to have another night like that.
So you think the Chiefs win this? Do you think they'll see a three-peat?
I can't. There's nothing in this pundit's mind or anything you can show me to say to bet against Pat Mahomes. Unless it's in Tampa with that defense and that horrible offensive line that they had.
Right.
And we ran, and you remember he did the dodge move and threw this ball and hit Tariq Hill between the eyes?
Yeah.
If he catches that ball, we got a different football game. So trust me, this guy, and he was a baby then. Mm-hmm. He's a full-grown dragon now.
And Chris Jones is the first ballot guy in your room, right? In Canton? You're giving me this look.
I stopped with that a long time ago.
Meaning what?
When I went to New York and I was talking crazy with Strahan, I don't even talk about who's a Hall of Fame anymore. I'll drink with you when you get there. That's my new rule. I'll drink with you when you get there. I don't even talk about it anymore. I leave that alone.
And in the meantime, you're here to talk about what's the inaugural James Hardy Pro Football Hall of Fame Invitational? What is this?
See, the James Hardy brings all the Hall of Famers and some selected people down to Boca Raton, and we're going to go play some golf. Mm-hmm. And every birdie, they're going to donate some money for Habitat for Humanity. So you know it's got to be a good reason. So you know the hurricanes come through. We got to build up some nice houses for some people that need it. So we're going to build up some money for the Habitat for Humanity. And James Hardy is the #1 shingles brand in America, and they do good work, Rich.
Yeah, 26 football legends teeing it up the Friday and Saturday of the event, which is March 31st through April 6th.
Yep.
Legends of golf and football all together. 78 PGA Tour champions all together in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yes, sir.
And that's where I met you for the first time. It was before NFL Network.
Yep.
That the Super Bowl between the Ravens and the Giants was in Tampa. And it was that remember that golf event I was telling you guys about, where I was upset about not being picked up because I was standing in front of my place and the car wasn't coming, or the
Robinson,
I said I called the front desk and I'm like, is there anybody from this event? And somebody's like, yeah, and it was Brooks Robinson who got on the phone, and And I'm like, Brooks, I know you're not in charge of the van for pickup.
Of course not.
But Sapp was there. And that was where I bought the Goodfellas poster.
Oh.
The Fugazi?
The Fugazi poster.
Oh,
was
wow.
at this event.
You know about
Sapp
that,
was
Sapp?
there when I bid on the Goodfellas poster. He might not remember this,
Of course not.
but I remember this stuff.
I'm just sitting there thinking, how do y'all remember? But I
2000.
remember I had a helmet on chasing people doing stuff. different stuff.
25 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time.
25 years ago. That's how long ago it was. That's
But I just remember Houston. Because I remember they told me, hey, man, we're going to need Rich. You know, he's been in Bristol. We're going to need him to get out a little bit. You know, he's been up there with Stuart Scott, God bless his soul, you know, doing his 1-2 thing. I'm like, yeah, I watched him all those years. The best thing going.
And then now look at us now. Before I let you go, you got we got Myles Garrett coming up in hour 3. You got 2 cents on his trade demand?
Let the man out. Let the man out, Cleveland. The man that did 4 years with those, what was it, 12.5 plus sacks or something like that? Mm-hmm. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. He deserves to be in the playoffs in the world, see his talent. That young man can rush the passer. Ooh.
He is the reigning defensive player of the year for a reason.
I know.
You know, and he's been in.
That's the club that I'm in. I know. I love you.
Let me get this right. Oh, yeah, 1999.
Yeah.
99 in your program.
Number 1 in your heart, baby. The year of the Sapp. That's what I call it.
You're the
The
Sapp.
year of
Just 25 years ago. Nothing.
No big deal.
Nothing. Just quarter century.
No big deal.
Jesus.
at Warren Sapp
Getting old.
on IG. And it's great to see you, Warren Sapp.
Always good to see
Be
you,
the
baby.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the senior quality control analyst.
Yes.
I'm looking for a title. Prime, you hear me? You remember the last time I came on here, we was talking about me getting a job? And
Yeah, I
then
know.
You want to tell him I'm looking for a title? Tell him, talk to him.
He's
for me.
coming by Friday.
Oh,
Let's
have lunch.
What title would
have
you
lunch.
want? What do you want?
Pass rush coordinator.
Pass rush.
Doesn't it sound good? Doesn't it just
sounds
roll off the
great.
tongue? Does it not roll off the tongue?
It makes sense.
The PRC.
Number 99 is the PRC.
The PRC.
The QB killer analyst.
What do you think?
Listen, there's no better guy I know to push something than you.
Okay.
This used to be a podcast.
Yes. And now it's a show.
This used to be a podcast. We used to joke with it. Rich, you got a podcast?
You got a podcast? And I'm like, no, I now have a show. Love you, Warren Sapp.
Love you back, baby.
It's Warren Sapp, everybody.
Get Susie and the kids for me, too.
I
You know
will
what time it is.
absolutely do that, saying hello right here. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.